Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about double negatives, and the first example we're going to be looking at is adjectives and verbs with negative prefixes. So for example, prefixes like im, in, un, and dis. And these four prefixes will basically transform certain adjectives and certain verbs into negative. So for example, if you take the adjective possible and you add the prefix impossible basically means not possible. And similarly, if you take the verb like and you add the prefix dis, the word dislike basically means not to like something. So for example, if I say that I dislike something, I don't like it. And you need to be careful when you encounter these, because similarly to mathematics, when you have a double negative, double negatives in the English language will cancel each other out, and they will make either a sentence neutral or slightly affirmative. So for example, if I say, I didn't dislike the movie, didn't is negative, and the prefix dis is also negative, so they cancel each other out, and basically you are left with an affirmative sentence. I either liked the movie a little bit, or at the very least, I have a neutral opinion of the movie, but not a negative one. Similarly, if you take a look at the second example, you have it's not impossible. And again, the prefix im is negative and the word not is negative as well. So when you say that something, if you say that it's not impossible, not and im cancel each other out. So basically you're saying that something is possible. Maybe the situation that you're talking about will be difficult, but not impossible. So basically, again, you have to be careful when you see this kind of combination, and you have to realize that the sentence is not negative. However, other words that can be really difficult for people who are learning English are words like no, never, nothing, no one, nobody, nowhere, etc. And the reason that this is difficult is because in many languages like Spanish, Portuguese, and Russian, it is perfectly acceptable to combine these words with other negative words within the same sentence. So for example, in the English language, we typically use the adverb not after a verb to make the sentence negative. And so for example, if I say I did not or I didn't see nobody, to many people that sounds normal. In the English language, and again in German and other languages, this kind of combination is simply not possible. So it's considered grammatically incorrect. Didn't is negative, nobody is negative. We can't do that. Similarly here, if I say I didn't never say that, the combination of didn't and never is not possible. So there are a couple of things that you can do to make the sentence correct. And the first thing that you can do is, if you want to keep the verb negative, you should substitute no with any, never with ever, nothing with anything, anyone, anywhere, anybody, etc. And then your sentence is correct. So for example, instead of saying I didn't see nobody, say I didn't see anybody. And instead of saying I didn't never say that, say I didn't ever say that. Or the second alternative is if you want to use these words, then it's okay, but then your verb should be affirmative. So for example, I didn't see, transform that into the affirmative form, I saw, and then it's correct to say nobody. I saw nobody. Or in this particular case, didn't say, in affirmative, it's said. So if I say, I never said that, then it's also correct.